Yeah, I am a menace. Keep me a ratchet like tennis. I'm with this shit like I'm Dennis. I started this shit, I'm a business. Niggas be hating, trying to blemish my image. They want the smoke, 2 to 3 count with the scope. And still they clip long as a rope. You grab his nose, sound like he had him a cold. I knew the boy was a hoe. Pull up with the gang, you know.
Hello guys, so we're gonna be continuing the What If Naruto was a Soul Reaper. Tell me how you like this video in the chat down below, and go sub to my main channel. So yeah, let's get started. Bankudo 1. Sai, as Naruto said, that all the creature's limbs were bound by an invisible spell, temporarily stopping it. Even so, Naruto knew he needed a way to kill the creatures. Once again, he felt a new ability come to the surface. He concentrated his energy into his fingertips, lightning emanating from it. Then, he locked on his target and called the attack. Hado 4. Biankurai. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry about that. Let's continue. A stream of lightning shot out of his fingers and into the creature's head. It seemed to be working, so Naruto got closer to maximize its effects. Soon, the lightning shot a hole in the creature's head, and it extinguished into black ash like energy and faded away. It's over, Naruto sighed in relief. Then he turns to see the girl crying. My mom is dead, she sobbed. It's okay, Mikuru. Your mom isn't dead, he assured her with a soft voice. But I saw her turn to ash. Mikuru continued to sob until Naruto embraced her. No, she's just in a better place. Just now, she moved on, and she's waiting for you there, he said, smiling. She sniffled, bit more, then breathed. Finally, she stopped sobbing, looked at Naruto, and smiled. Really? She asked. Yeah, you bet. And I know you will see her again really soon, said Naruto. Mikuru smiled happily. Thank you for everything you did for me today, Naruto. Now I feel good. I haven't felt that way since I died. But thanks to you, I have came closer, and maybe now I can move on. Just as she said that, she started to fade away, seemingly had fulfilled her attachment to the world. Before she passed on, she had to thank Naruto as her final words. You're my best friend, Naruto. She then disappeared in the sunset. Just as she passed on, night had set in. Naruto gazed at the night sky with a smile appeared on him. On his way home, he thought about the situation. I solved one mystery, but now 1,000 more have appeared. What did that woman turn into? Why would she attack her daughter? Like, that's her daughter. And where did those new moves come from? Oh well, looks like I have some pretty exciting times ahead. Yeah? Let's continue. His personality might change. This is the second chapter. Chapter 2. Strange New Powers. 2 weeks ago, Naruto's Maki began seeing spirits of the dead, as well as gaining his old power, and encountered a spirit mother turning into a spider-like creature. Attacked her daughter, unlocking 2 new abilities. Naruto is able to defeat the creature and help a girl move on to the other side. He has told nobody of what happened. He had spent a great amount of time developing his other abilities, which he unexpectedly knew were more of. Naruto was currently training on a small mountain range located 7 miles away from the village. The mountain was a perfect place to train in secret with his new powers. Hado 31. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm saying Hado well. So yeah. I might change it to where a Bleach character says it, Hado. Yeah, let's continue. Right as he said that, a red spear in the size of a Rasengan flew out of his right hand across the fled, hitting the target. He brought with him, right in the middle. I did it! I can hit targets with a perfect accuracy! He had become very accurate with targets as if they were simple as a regular kunai and shuriken. Now for the next one. Mask of flesh and the bone, you who bears the name mortal, in the name of truth and the temperate digs your claws into the walls, sinless dreams. Hado, 33, Sokatsui. A large yet narrow stream of lightning flew out of his hand, and once again it hit its target perfectly. Naruto had discovered the spells were more powerful when the right incarnation was said, but he decided not to use them often as they took too long to say. So he would say the incarnation that he somehow knew, and see how powerful they would need to meet the standards. Then he would train without the incarnation until the spells were as powerful as when he incarnationed them. Alright, I think that's enough for today. Now I'll practice Bankudo. I think my skills with Bankudo have been kinda rusty. Naruto soon detsued to his art. He was using something that was called Kido. He also realized that there was two types of Kido. Hado, like the two he had previously used for one-hour attack. And the second type was Bankudo, which was used for defense and restraint. He had become proficient with both. He was able to learn both in only 2 weeks thanks to his shadow clones, and was even able to control them. Though he had used very limited shadow clones for Hado, because if he used too many, they would damage the mountain. Of course, that was taken care of, since he practiced Hado mostly on targets that he brought. He had excellent control of his Kido, so he could cancel it out if someone saw him. He could practice however all he wanted with Bakudo. I'm not sure how to say that, though, since Bakudo wasn't as flashy as Hado. Here it goes. Do it, he said as one of the clones threw a shuriken at him. Bankudo 4. Hainuwa. As long as a thin yet wide yellow string of energy shot out of his finger and caught the shuriken in midair. Normally a sharp end of the shuriken would sever a normal thread, but Hainuwa was made of spirit energy, so it could caught the shuriken very easily. Alright, I'm getting good with that one. Now for a harder one. Naruto summoned 20 shadow clones and all of them attacked at once. Bankuro 6 Seiki. With a simple vertical block of his right arm, small blue spear appeared beside it, and he not only blocked all the shadow clones' attacks, but even repelled and dispersed them. Now, I think it's a good time to rest to test my defense. Naruto summoned 5 more clones who all threw kunais at him the same time, but that exactly what he wanted, and called out his next technique. Bankudo 73 Tonza Sho. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. I've watched Bleach, but I don't know how to say their stuff very well, so forgive me on my part. A large force field in the shape of a blue upside-down pyramid appeared out of nowhere. The kunai couldn't even mark a scratch. Awesome, and now, I think it's time for the final exercise for Bankudo. Naruto said to the clones who nodded. Hado 88 Higurakin. I can't say that word. The clone proclaimed as an enormous liner blast of light blue lightning shot out of his hand, and it was on course to hit Naruto. Bankudo 81 Danku. Naruto made a transparent regular shield appeared in front of him, completely blocking the attacks. Great, Danku is as strong as ever will. I think that's about wraps it up for training for today. I think I'm good as Kido. I'm good as with Kido as I can be. Though I'm surprised how easily I mastered Kido when it took me 6 years to learn ninjutsu. I guess it was I was prepared for this? Though, I think I'll practice one more Hado spell before calling it a day. Naruto knew the final Hado he wanted to practice was more powerful than the others, so he had to go a lower part of the mountain, then made his way into a valley and started to say the incarnations, as he knew the only way the spell would be at full power was to use the incarnation. Seeping crest of Turabidi, arrogant vessels of Lucini, boil forth and Denny, grow numb and flicker, disrupt sleep, crawling queen of iron, entirely self-destruction, doll of mud, untie, repulse, fill with soil, and know you're powerless. Hadu, 90, Krokosigui. I don't know how to say that, but I was trying to edit this so y'all can basically hear me say, basically a Bleach character say that, yeah. Out of the ground came up a 30-foot tall purple rectangle prism, sprang up. As soon as he felt the power level of the spell, he cancelled it. Naruto made his way back to Konoha, and he felt that he needed to rest, and he began thinking about his progress. That was a great day for training. I made some real progress. He had discovered that Kido works on higher archery, ranging from 1 to 99, with 99 being the highest level and 1 being the lowest, though he quickly discovered that even level 1 Kido could be deadly. When one trained properly, he also discovered that there was one more category of Kido, and that was barriers. He was actually much better with them than he thought he would be, as well as 4 more Hado spells that had no number, which the names of them were Kongu Baku, a giant ball of fire rained down from the sky. Geki Renku, a green jewel like a source of energy, formed in the sky, and 4 blast column appeared in the corner and strikes the targets with the 4 side. He also found a few techniques for making his enemy fall asleep. Hakufuku, purple sakura petals swirl around the enemy and render them unconscious. And Meru and Tana Otoshi both worked by placing his hands in front of his targets and knocking them out. His mind started to wander about some things particular about that girl whose mother turned into a creature. He wondered what happened to her. It seemed to be because I couldn't sever the chain. He thought he'll never be able to be with her daughter again. Must have caused a transformation. I need to find out more. Roar! Naruto's thoughts were interrupted when a smooth yet echoing roar. He quickly tried to sense the spiritual pressure of whatever that was making that noise. He was successful in finding the source that had astonished him. In a small clearing, the forest, Naruto saw a spirit of a man who appeared to be in his 20s with short black hair which seemed to have gel in it. Seeing as how it was staying in place, he thought he was running, and he wore glasses, a blue suit with a white shirt and a red tie, length chain in the middle of his chest. Naruto saw the man was being chased by a creature. In fact, it was the same creature that woman had turned into. Well, not exactly the same. It had a gray body, a short tail, and the same white tooth. The creature was actually a rhinoceros. There are more things, huh? Great, sighed Naruto. Naruto wasted no time and leapt in to save the man, quickly raising his spiritual pressure to lure it away from the man. And it seemed to change direction and go after him instead. The rhino charged at Naruto while once again knowing its soothing roar. Roar! Come and get me, you overgrown sack of bones! Naruto taunted the creature, and his plan worked as the rhino charged him with full force, only to smash into a wooden log. I have you now! Naruto jumped into the rhino's head and used Bakudo 21 Senkien Ton. I don't know how you say that, sorry. He put his hand in front of his body and closed his eyes as a red ball formed between his hands and threw it downward at the rhino's face. The rhino thrashed and roared as it was unable to see. Roar! I tried to shake it off, but it was unsuccessful. It was here that Naruto used another Bakudo. Bankudo 63. Sanjo Sabaku. A golden rope spun out of his hand, and he lassoed it around the rhino horn and began to guide it like a horse. As soon as Naruto led it to a steep cliff a short distance away, he guided the rhino off the cliff and jumped off. At the last second, the rhino fell into the bottom and gave a loud screech of pain, as it was no longer able to move again, giving Naruto the chance to defeat it. Hadu, Soren Sonkatsui 73. Naruto leaped up into the air and fired two Sonkatsui out of both of his hands, both of them hitting the rhino in the head, and crossed over to simulate a cross blade, effecting cutting off its head. The creature then disappeared into a black ash, made his way back to the man to see if he was okay. Are you alright, sir? Yes, I'm fine, thanks to you. Naruto then thought that he might be able to get some information from the spirit. Excuse me, but what was that thing that was chasing you? That creature was a hollow. It was chasing me because it was attracted to my spirit energy. A hollow? Yes, a hollow is a corrupt spirit who had lost its heart. I'm afraid I don't understand. Let me explain. There are two types of spirits, hollow and holes. Holes are regular spirits like me, and then there are hollows. You see the chain attached to my chest? Yes? Good, this chain is called the chain of fate. If a human dies with a great regret or resentment, it is bound to this world, and the chain of fate becomes long and connects to the spirits, or whatever it can let go of. Just like what happened to that woman, thought Naruto. If the hole remains here for too long, the chain of fate will start to get shorter until it reaches your chest. And if it reaches your chest, it will reap a hole in your chest, and you literally lose your heart. What happens? You take on a form, a transformation to be more precise, into a hollow. Naruto finally understood what happened to the woman. Not being able to see her child must have been what synthesized her transformation into a hollow, realized Naruto. A hollow has consumed souls in order to fill the emptiness, but it's never satisfied. It will continue to eat souls forever. That is why they must be killed. But how do you know all of these? I know it's because I've been running from the hollows for 6 years. How are you not hollow for yourself after all that time? I remained a whole because I didn't have any feelings of resentment. I died of a heart attack. You may also have noticed that a hollow usually takes the form of an animal, though they don't always look like animals. The form it takes is different for every hollow. Now it makes all sense. Thank you for everything you told me, sir. No problem, but what do I do now? I have an idea. Come here, said Naruto as the man complied. Bankudo 73. Tonzansho. The blue pyramid enveloped the man as Naruto channeled his spirit energy into the edges of the pyramid, and they all converged on the man in the center light. Green aura was emanating from the man. His chest was expanding, which loosened the chain of fate. The spell then dispersed. My chest, it feels great. I have had some trouble breathing since that day I became a spirit, but now it's fine. How did you do that? You said you died of a heart attack. I just figured your spirit was under stress, so I used this trick I discovered, a Hado to spell to heal you. Right after Naruto explained, the man started disappearing. I think I'll move on to the other side. Thank you, Naruto. Well, Naruto Uzumaki, you are the true hero. I will be forever thankful to you. Farewell, the man said as the man had spoken his last word. Goodbye, Naruto said to himself quietly, kind of crying for some reason. After looking into the orange sky as the sun set, he continued on his way back to the village, wiping his tears as he learned. A lot of people die each day, so there's probably be more hollows showing up essentially, since the Rhino Hollow will definitely attract more of them. I can't let anyone know about this. There's no way ordinary jutsu can take on a hollow, so when they do come, I'll have to deal with them on my own, Naruto realized. After a peaceful walk back to the village, Naruto was looking forward to resting up for the night, but he reached the corner of his home and he was greeted by Kiba, Tenten, and Hinata. Yo Naruto, how are you? Kiba called. Great, how about you? He asked, trying to act as usual as himself. However, I just perfected a new jutsu with Akamaru, and we need a test dummy, Kiba inquired while grinning furiously, hoping Naruto would accept. Oh well, that's good. Although I had an intense day of training, so I need some sleep. Jeez, that blows. I was really hoping to test that my new jutsu, Kiba said, groaning. Hello, Naruto, Hinata greeted quietly with a blush. Good evening, Hinata, Naruto responsibly said politely. Naruto, you look like you've been training non-stop since the morning, observed Tenten. Yeah, I have. I need some stuff to make sure I'm not rusty, said Naruto. Yeah, same here. Tenten yawned, stretching her arms. So Naruto, what were you going to do about Sasuke now that the Hokage has declared him a criminal? Kiba asked seriously. I think of something like, I'm really tired. I should get to sleep, Naruto said. Oh, alright. How about, never mind. Good night then, said Tenten. See you guys later, said Naruto as he continued to his apartment. Man, what's up with Naruto lately? Kiba asked. He was acting a bit unusual. I'm sure he's fine though, said Hinata. I'm not sure he's been like this for a couple of weeks now, said Kiba questioningly. Guys, give him some space. He had no doubt has a lot in his mind. How could you feel if your teammate suddenly branded a criminal? Asked Tenten rhetorically. Yeah, I guess. Still, he usually doesn't sulk like this. Maybe he was going through something that he isn't telling us, suggested Kiba. Who knows? Asked Tenten. That's not true. Naruto wouldn't do that, Hinata insisted. Maybe, said Tenten. Naruto entered his apartment and took a long, peaceful shower and had dinner. After that, he had to lay awake in his bed, thinking about something. I still have no idea what these powers came from, or who, or what they really are. I've become strong with their use, but I need to know about more. Tomorrow I'm going to research for an answer. Naruto decided it was time to get some information. Green notes. And that's the end of the chapter. And that's gonna be the end of this what if. I'm gonna do the next one tomorrow probably, or today, I'm not sure, probably today later. And yeah, please go sub to my new channel and go to sub to Melma's channel. It's gonna be in the once the video ends, it should be popping up right now, so make sure you're going to sub to him. And please subscribe to this new channel we just made. And thank you for watching. Make sure you join our Discord. Peace. Goodbye, clan.